Before this video begins, I'd like to introduce something that all you Zelda fans out there will love. The Aaron Grubb Zelda Music Collection, Volume 3. An epic Zelda music album. It's pretty good, and I would highly recommend checking it out after this video. All the links to that can be found below. Hey folks. It is now officially the year of Tears of the Kingdom. I am so damn excited. This gloriously intriguing sequel to Breath of the Wild releases in around 4 months from now. And a bit. The hype is real, and to keep that hype up, I thought it would be fun to talk about some fun facts that you should know before this game comes out. Valuable information, things you maybe didn't already know, silly facts, and much more. So get yourself comfy, and as always, be sure to go and grab yourself a snack or drink and send them in to get featured right here. And also be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out. And let's get into this one. First fun, scrumptious fact to know. A bit of history behind this game. Tears of the Kingdom was originally more DLC for Breath of the Wild. The whole idea for this sequel originates from the developers trying to make more downloadable content for the massive success that was Breath of the Wild, naturally. But it becoming bigger and more expansive to the point where they just said, screw it, let's just make this into its own game. That is not an official quote, by the way. But the general fact is completely true. I'll link the full article below, but IG Aonuma himself said this. When we released the DLC for Breath of the Wild, we realised that this is a great way to add more elements to the same world. But when it comes down to technical things, DLC is pretty much data, you're adding data to a pre-existing title. And so when we wanted to add bigger changes, DLC is not enough. And that's why we thought maybe a sequel would be a good fit. Initially we were thinking of just DLC ideas, but then we had a lot of ideas and we said, this is too many ideas, let's just make one new game and start from scratch. You gotta admit, that's a pretty awesome fact and something very cool to consider when going into this game and exploring and taking in this new world when that time comes. Secondly, this will be only the second game in the Zelda series with a focus on the sky. Now, funny enough, the first game with a sky focus, Skyward Sword, actually didn't have that much of the game taking place in the sky. It was more of a hub world, and a pretty barren, empty one at that. It was still pretty cool, but most of that game took place down on the surface. Tears of the Kingdom, however, looks to be the potentially first game to have most of it taking place in the sky. We can't say for sure, as there is a lot going on down in Hyrule and beneath the kingdom, but there has been a huge focus on the sky already, and from what we can see, there is a lot more content in the sky than Skyward Sword had. So, that's pretty neat. Thirdly, this highly anticipated sequel will be the 20th mainline entry to the Legend of Zelda series. We've come a long way since the first game back in 1986 on the NES. What a landmark to reach, and in what looks to be a stunning game as well. Video games have really come a long way. It's lovely to look back and see how far we've come. Fourth saucy fact. This will be the King of Evil Ganondorf's 4th mainline appearance. Ganondorf has only appeared as Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time, The Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess. The iconic evil villain of the series will be making a chilling return in Tears of the Kingdom, and it will mark his 4th appearance in the mainline series. It might be because it's a new look, but I can see this mummified, dehydrated Ganondorf turning into the coolest version of him yet. We shall see. Twilight Princess Ganondorf is going to be pretty hard to top, but I'm hoping we get to see him rehydrated too. That'd be both cool and pretty hot. Halfway checkpoint unlocked, and a reminder to drop a like and subscribe if you're enjoying. Cheers. Fun fact 5. There was a very cool Link statue showing off in Japan to promote Tears of the Kingdom. I'd be a bit surprised if you missed this online, but hey, maybe you did. It was revealed at a Nintendo event a few months back, and it sent the Zelda community online into a frenzy. Twitter profile pictures were changing quicker than Urbosa snapping her fury. In-depth analysis videos on a damn statue were flying out, and generally, this created a ton of hype amongst fans. which is probably what it was supposed to do. Myself included, of course. And who can blame us? This statue is so cool, and the arm glows. Not to mention the amazing details all over Link. It's just so cool. Number 6 today, short-haired Zelda is a goddamn queen. We love to see it. Love to see her actually getting to be involved in the adventure, hopefully, and not just locked away in some tower or dungeon. Go you, go Zelda. I hope that she's involved a lot more in this game, and maybe even playable for some segments. That would be incredibly cool. I love her new haircut and the meaning behind it. A new her, a new future for Hyrule. And yes, this fact is quite literally just that short-haired Zelda is a goddamn queen. 7th. This sequel will be only the second direct sequel in the Legend of Zelda series. The only other time we've seen this happen in this fashion was back in the late 90s to early 2000s, with Majora's Mask being a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. I mean, Majora's Mask basically just kicks off where its predecessor Ocarina of Time left off, quite literally. So it's going to be cool to see how Nintendo will deal with the transition between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in terms of their individual stories linking. We know Breath of the Wild ended on this hill and Link and Zelda were going to go investigate Vah Ruta. Will Tears of the Kingdom take off from here? Will it take off at Vah Ruta? Will it take off with a bit of a time jump? We don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see how they do this. It is only the second direct sequel. 8th. Ganondorf is thirsty. Yes, I know that this is a bit silly, but I did warn you. I mean, look at him. He needs a glass of water. Come on, Nintendo. Allow us to hydrate this shriveled up king. 9th. Link will have a few new gadgets to play with. Firstly, whatever these little vials are for on his hip. Drinking the forbidden blue juice? Probably not. Probably for collecting something in the game. Perhaps like the Tears of Light from Twilight Princess. Then there is his new arm, of course, a modification to Link that appears to have been conceptualized way back in the Breath of the Wild development timeframe, which is honestly really cool to see it making it not just into the sequel, but looking like it will play a huge role in the sequel, possibly even being connected to a new character. He also gets what I can only describe as a flamethrower. Yep. First Breath of the Wild added a motorbike, and now Tears of the Kingdom is adding a flamethrower. Link has been getting kitted out recently. You thought the hookshot was pretty damn cool back in the day? This takes the cake compared to that. Number 10, our final fun fact of the video. Now I don't know if you'll have heard of this one, it's pretty discreet, it's pretty bottom of the iceberg kind of level, but here we go. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom will release on the 12th of May 2023. I hope. All these past delays have me low-key anxious. Jokes aside, the game is coming out in around 4 months and a bit, and I am so damn excited. Let's keep this hype train going on and on through the night and arrive at our destination. Tears of the Kingdom. Those are 10 fun facts that I wanted to share with you. Maybe you knew some, maybe you didn't. I hope you learned at least something new, and if not, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe next time. Be sure to drop a wee like down below if you enjoyed, and also consider subscribing for more fabulous Zelda content. Both would make my day. Follow my socials linked below to keep up to date, and as always, a huge massive amazing shout out goes to all of my channel supporters. Thanks a ton. Your incredibly generous support really helps me to make these videos week in, week out, all month long, 365 days a year. If you'd like to join them and get yourself a shout out upon joining, and your name at the end of every video, then consider supporting via the links below. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day or night, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.